What's going on, guys? Chuck here. Sometime back, you may recall that I did a video showcasing a Jaws collection box set from Blockbuster Boxsets, and I raved about this. You also may remember in that video I talked about at the time that Blockbuster Boxsets was actually doing a slight redesign and putting out a newer box. Well, I just had to be so lucky enough that Blockbuster Boxsets sent me a version of, I guess, of their, we call it Mach 2 version of the Jaws box set. So here it is. So I'm going to bring up a little comparison of the two. So first off, let's take a look at this. If I can get this on here. Here are the boxes. You kind of see height-wise they're the same. However, if we're going to look at, if I can just about spill anything, you can see this is, the older one is slightly wider, and this newer one is a little more of a slim version. Plus, you obviously have some lettering differences too. But actually, pop the cases out. So yeah, they're both still very solid box sets. This is the new one, very nice. But again, you can kind of see. Turn around this way. I'll figure this out. Here's the back ends, but again, the newer one is slightly more streamlined, if you will, slimmer. Art design, the boxes are pretty much the same. If you look at the older box, the Jaws font is a little closer together, the color is a little darker blue, and you have more of a faded blue, and the lettering is more spaced apart. Here's the back of the old box, back of the new one. Again, you can kind of get an idea of the slimness, if I'm too close or not, but you know, same. Again, it might be kind of hard to tell, but the coloring is, I think, it's actually on these two, pretty much about the same on this side. I think this one's probably a little bit more faded. The newer box, I think, colors are slightly more faded, which isn't a bad thing. It's a nice look. Where the older box is really bright colors. Back here's the back of the box, old one. Here's a new one. I think, again, you see the color is a little darker on the water. The newer one's a lighter, which I think is nicer because you have a little more detail, I think, in my opinion. The top really stands out. I think I seen it a minute ago. Here's the top of the box. The newer one with the brighter jaws and the image actually encompassing the whole top, where this one is kind of just centered. The jaws is a darker logo or coloring. So there is that. Now to the actual slips. Now, one thing it is different, again, with this box being smaller, is that we don't have the foam inserts that the old box does, which kept everything separated, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I don't think you really, I think the boxes, even up against each other, is still the same. It's like any other box that you get where the movies are cased up against each other. So this was a nice touch in the original, but it did make the set a little more bulky. So let's take a look. Here is the old set, and here's the new one. Again, not too much different. The color is a little lighter. Back, or the spine here. The big difference is the artwork on the old one has the quint, but this one I think is better because it has all three of them. So this is a nice touch. I do like that a lot. And again, it still holds, you know, your movie and its book. Again, this was the problem I had with this first box. Again, not a problem of the box set, but the problem that I had with the Jaws 4K having that extra. I couldn't put the slipcover in here, which I still have it right here. It's just still a little too big to fit in there. Again, because it came with this book. But much like it before, I can fit the book and the disc inside here. So that still works out. I still have nowhere to put this, but that's okay. Again, no faults of anyone's. You know, this is more of a universal design. You can't figure that little extra millimeter. That's okay. Jaws 2. Here's the original box, side by side with the new one. And the images, again, pretty much the same. I really think this one is got a little more, again, the color's a little light on it, really shows up on here or not. And this was a little bit darker. with a more faded color, which I do like. Now, again, the back artwork is different on here, as you've got on the old one, the sailboat, but on the newer one, and this is what I like, you have the POV of the shark. This is similar to, I think, the Jaws 2 4K Steelbook. I think had this image, which is really cool. I do like, the poster art, and then, from the shark's POV, so that's nice. And again, easily fits Jaws 2 with slipcase. And those honestly are the most major changes to the set, aesthetic wise. Jaws 3 is pretty much the same. I think on this one, actually, this is a little bubbled up a bit, but not too bad. And this one is, again, and I think he mentioned that, again, newer designs, newer process, newer techniques, getting even more higher quality, which these are great quality to begin with. So they're making them even better, and with a new set, which is really nice. Again, here's the newer set. The older, pretty much the same. Color slightly faded on this one, but in a good way. Here's the back end. Close to pretty much the same. Easily holds Jaws 3. And then, again, Jaws the Revenge. Pretty much the same, but again, this one has a little bit lighter color tone, in my opinion, from what I can tell. Again, I don't think it really shows up as well in the camera, but to the naked eye, you can kind of see it. Back, still the same. So again, as far as these slipcases go, the only real changes made are on the slips for 1 and 2 with the new artwork posted in the back, which I think is really nice. And again, the major thing, some color changes in the set. Let me put this back correctly. Not bad. Again, just I think lighting, which I think helps with some of the definition. From what I can tell, I really like it. I also, again, like the fact that the box is streamlined. So here's the original box with, again, the little foam inserts, which makes this a little bit wider. You got rid of that with the newer box. It's slimmer, saves up a little more shelf space. You get rid of the foam inserts, and it makes it for, easier, or it doesn't take up as much space. It's easier to store. And I think it's just, again, a very nice presentation, and I think it's a nice upgrade from the original. Not that this is bad. I mean, if this is what you got, I mean, I'd be happy with this. I was totally happy with this, actually. I just, again, by the good graces of Blockbuster Boxsets, who decided to, send me the newer version, which, again, I'm very thankful for and grateful for. So, I gotta say, I'm really pleased with this one. This is even nicer. I do, as much as I like the foam inserts kind of protecting, I think that putting them together, it looks better, like your typical box set would. And again, I just love this presentation. This is just great, really nice. Blockbuster Boxsets does excellent work. They just finished putting out a huge Evil Dead set. It's finished that up, an Indiana Jones one, which for all 5 films. And I think their Etsy site just kind of went back live after being on a bit of a hiatus while they worked on some of these boxes, and they've got some more of their single slips up, which is again, they're like $10.99 each for a variety of movies. So go check them out on Etsy. You can find them on Facebook. Blockbuster Boxsets. I highly recommend. Again, if you've got the Jaws films, and you like to have a nice set, because they have not been put in a nice little set. And I know 1 and 2 have got a 4K. I mean, I've heard rumor that 3 and 4 could be coming soon. So this is a nice way to get them and display them and put them all together, which, frankly, this is how they should be. They should be in some nice Jaws box set, and, thanks to Blockbuster Boxsets, we do have that, since Universal doesn't want to put it out. At least not yet. Again, if you've gotten this set already, be happy with it. This is still great, too. I mean, if you want to upgrade, go right ahead. I don't, either one is great. Again, my personal preference is the newer one, the slimmer one. And as a person who, needs as much shelf space as possible, I will take anything that's a little streamlined and slimmer to help reduce some of that space. So, all right, that is it for this quick one. Kind of real quick, down dirty side by side comparison of the Mach 1 and Mach 2 version of the Jaws collection box set from Blockbuster Boxsets. Again, these are just the outer box and the rigid case slipcovers. No movies, obviously, just those. And if you're not interested in the box set, you just want like Jaws, I believe currently Jaws by itself, the slipcover, is available on the Etsy page. Again, quantities, or as they are available, I guess you'd say. While product lasts, I don't know what the saying is, but go check them out. Yeah, you'll be grateful you did, or thankful you did. It's been a long day. I just can't get the words out. But so yeah, let's check them out and tell them Chuck sent you. Hey, what can you do for me? Nothing, but tell them I sent you anyways. If you like this, click thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've got the original set or if you're looking forward to picking up a newer revised set. What are your thoughts? Or just say hi. I'll always take hi. So until next time, this is Chuck saying I will see you on the other side.